Hi guys, welcome back to the Football Lookout. We're here with another episode, and today I've got Basil here with me.
Hey, how's it going? I'm hyped.
Oh, you're hyped? Oh, we'll get into that. We got Rayon.
Hello.
We got Safe.
Hello.
I don't know why you do this.
Every time, bro. Every
Are
time.
you trying to symbolise the Liverpool's delay in signing a player? Is that what you're trying to say? That's fine. And finally we have Ibby.
I'm excited too, but we're going to find out why shortly.
Fair enough. Ibby's finally got a girlfriend after 26 years.
Congrats, bro.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Ibby.
Congrats. Anyway, so this episode, we're just going to be going through different things, predictions, fantasy, transfers, etc. So we are actually going to start on predictions. So we're each going to go around, give our predictions on who we're going to think is going to win the title, who we think is going to get the Champions League spots, the Europa League spots, and lastly, who is going to get relegated. So should I start with mine?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for
Let's
it.
hear it, man.
Alright, so as champions, I'm going to say City. I think City are going to come back. I think they're going to come back with a vengeance. Made some decent signings in Ferran Torres, Nathan Ake, who I really like. Because I think that's why they fell off so hard last season, because Laporte got injured and so on and so forth. They didn't have any proper cover. And Sane was obviously injured as well. So barring any other major injuries this season, I think City will have it. Liverpool, I say, will come in second, even though they haven't made any signings except for Tsimikas. Was it
Tsimikas?
Tsimikas, yeah. Apart from Tsimikas, a left back from Olympiacos, I don't know. I don't know. With Liverpool, it's very difficult because they still do have a phenomenal squad. But what keeps coming back to me is the fact that it's going to be extremely hard to produce another 90 or 90 plus point season. 3 years running. They haven't made any new signings, so teams are kind of accustomed or used to playing against them, so they know what to expect. And I don't know, I just feel like people will be better used to handling Liverpool. So I got them coming second. Now this is going to surprise some people. I got Tottenham as third.
Hey.
I'm an Arsenal fan. I do hate Tottenham, but I do see them coming third. The reason why: Mourinho's second season. Usually he wins a trophy, but Tottenham don't win trophies. So,
Damn.
So I got them as coming third. I think they got a settled squad. They made a couple of decent signings. Plus, I think they're getting Bale, as per reported by Ornstein, I think, or Fabrizio Romano.
I think both of them have.
Clear sources, like credible sources, are saying that they might be getting Bale on loan, and then there's the Real Madrid left back Reguilon. So if they get those two, then definitely third. I got Chelsea coming as fourth, but to be honest with Chelsea, what's weird about them is that they got a whole new bunch of signings that are supposedly like first teamers, but usually that doesn't work out. I remember when Tottenham sold Bale and they got, I think, 6 or 7 new players.
7 players, yeah.
And it didn't
7.
work out, and I'm not sure if they'll be able to gel together. I mean, I like the players they brought in, Havertz, Werner, but I don't know if they'll be able to gel together or if those players will be able to get accustomed to the Premier League quick enough. So yeah, I got them coming in as fourth, but I don't know, they could drop off. Finally, in the Europa League spots, I got United coming fifth. Got a decent squad, but a crap manager, absolutely whack. Not even a PE teacher, right? This Gollum looking guy. I got them coming fifth. Everton, who's had a great window, man. Alan, Doucouré, James Rodriguez. They've had a great window. I think they've got a good squad now. I think they'll come sixth. And unfortunately, as much as I want us to go higher, I do think Arsenal are getting seventh. I think Mikel is still learning. I think he'll still make mistakes. And I don't, we haven't signed anyone yet. Although Aubameyang has signed. So yes, he's signed the ting. He's going to score another 22 goals. the best striker in the league is still at Arsenal. You can all you like. You won't change my mind. You won't change my mind.
Of course, man. How can I convince an Arsenal fan that Harry Kane's the best striker in the league?
I mean, they're no Jamie Vardy.
I mean, he's one of our own too, so maybe he's
but without Aubameyang, would be bottom half of the table. So I'm so happy. But I don't think, unless we make some very good signings, I don't think we're gonna get into those Champions League spots. So yeah, I will have Arsenal as 7th. Hopefully, we can get higher. Relegation. It was difficult. I've got Brighton at 18th. I like what Graham Potter's doing at Brighton, but I don't think up front they got enough to stay in the Premier League. And last season they flirted with the relegation, and I think this season it's going to be a bit too much. And I think they're going to get relegated. I was going to have West Ham in there, but I think that David Moyes is going to get sacked, and they're going to bring in a manager who's going to be like able to turn it around and just keep them, be able to keep them up, because they got some decent players, you know, Fornals, Felipe Anderson, Mikel Antonio, etc. 19th, I've got West Brom, one of the newly promoted sides. I like West Brom. I like the way they play. They're very kind of fluid, quick passing type of team, but I don't think they have enough goals in the team. And it's the same with Fulham, who I think are going to come at 20th. They play some good football under Scott Parker, some decent football, but I don't think they have enough going forward to keep them in the Premier League. So those are my predictions.
Nice. Yeah, mine's somewhat similar. I also have City on top of the league, winning the Premier League. They've reinforced, like you said. I think they were unlucky with the injuries they had in defense last season, and even in an off season for them, they still managed over 80 points. So, yeah, City first. Second, this is a hard one for me. I would have to say, I don't want to be too biased. I think Spurs could challenge for the top 3.
Don't do this.
Oh my, okay.
I think they can.
You're saying right now, as they are, Spurs can finish above Liverpool.
I have hear me out. I have Liverpool in 4th.
Whoa, the hell!
Hold on.
I have Liverpool in 4th.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah. I have Liverpool in 4th. I think, like you said, three seasons of 90 plus points. I don't think that's going to happen. The Premier League has very quick cycles. I think this is the season that they're going to get found out. I mean, they conceded 3 goals in the opening day to a newly promoted team at home. So, of course, that's Leeds. Leeds is a fantastic team, but it still should be worrying if you're a Liverpool fan. And it doesn't seem like the investment's going to be there either. They might pull off Thiago, like close to deadline day, it seems like, but I still don't think he'll be enough.
That's dependent on Wijnaldum leaving, isn't it, though?
Yeah, I think he will leave. I think Wijnaldum will leave by the end of the transfer window, but I don't feel like there's enough there for them to challenge for the title. And then I also think that they've been really lucky to avoid injuries to key players, besides the Alisson injury last season.
Very lucky, yeah.
And so I feel like that could potentially. I feel like they might, if we're talking about regression to the mean, have like a injury or two to a big player, and that could potentially hamper their season as well. So I have basically Spurs and Chelsea above Liverpool in this table. I think you made some good points about Chelsea. I could see them also falter because of how much time it's going to take for their signings to gel together. And Frank Lampard, this will be a big test for him because they actually are going to have some high expectations. I think they went into a lot of last season as underdogs because of the transfer ban and their young players and everything. But I think this season the expectations are going to be completely different. And then in 5th and 6th, I have United and Everton. Pretty similar to what you said. I mean, after that, you basically have 4 teams running for the same spots. You're gonna have, I think, Wolves, Leicester, Arsenal, and potentially even Leeds for like 7th. But I guess that might not even be a Europa League spot, so we'll see. For relegation, I have West Ham, Fulham, and West Brom in that order. So West Brom at the bottom. I think, like you said, West Ham could potentially sack David Moyes. I think that's the most likely scenario, and they could potentially have some revitalization in their season just because they do have good players, like you said. I could see Brighton potentially slipping down there into the bottom 3, but for now, based off of what I know, West Ham, Fulham, and West Brom is my bottom 3.
Yeah, so we've got some kind of similar predictions there. Really, I think it might be as we're going around everyone. We have a lot of similar predictions. Let's move on to you, Rayon. Let's get your predictions.
Oh boy. Since the transfer window hasn't really closed yet, and there's still time for some big moves for my predictions, it's just I'm not gonna put any numbers to it. It's gonna be some general top 4. I'm not gonna say who's gonna be in what position. I'm just gonna say who I think is gonna be in the top 4. But I do think right now City is the best contender for the title this season. That is my prediction. So if I were to,
they're gonna be champions.
Yeah, I can see them winning the league again after what's it called? Liverpool's fantastic season last year, and I don't think they're going to keep up the momentum that they had.
Could you say that first part again, please?
Say
the
what?
First part again.
No. Anyways,
I was surprised those words came out of your mouth. To be honest,
I had to do a double take right there.
I was being serious. Okay, you want me to be
No.
I can go back to my normal self. I'm fine.
It's just weird witnessing an objective Rayan for once.
All right, you know what? Fine. You know what? I'm gonna go back to my normal self then. United, Newcastle, Everton, Spurs, top 4. There you go. There you go. In order.
Coincidentally, those are the 4 teams that Rayon supports.
Hey, chill. I'm just cool with those guys, man.
Those are the 4 in the Premier League that he supports.
Yeah, the 4.
Don't ask about Italy.
Relax. That's safe. That's all safe. But getting back to the topic at hand.
I have no affiliations with
my
Italy.
general. Oh my god.
Anyway.
Okay, buddy.
Anyway,
But yeah, my general top 4 predictions would be City, Liverpool, and this is completely biased, United, Spurs. That's my top 4. And for the Europa League spots, 5th and 6th, I got Chelsea and Everton. So I think I'm the only one here that has United in the top 4. But again, that's purely biased. And I'm somehow still hoping we might get Sancho, even though I know it's not going to happen.
Wait, is Maguire still in prison?
No, but he's chilling, man. He's not even getting
chilling?
the captaincy revoked from him, man. Ollie's fully backing him. Which is kind of wild, because I think if anybody else on that team does that, they're getting that captaincy revoked like on the spot.
That's what
But-
happens
So
when you're white and you cry on camera.
Hey man, if you're a white English guy, a lot of things work for your favor.
Yeah, you know, like besides like the Ollie factor, obviously, I think another problem with United, as it stands, is like they're gonna have to improve a lot as a team from last season, because even if they finish 3rd last season, if they play the same way and get that same points total, I don't think that'll be enough to get top 4 this season.
Yeah, it'll definitely be.
yeah.
Let me
much
just add
tougher.
one thing to that, Basil. Don't forget that they're very good at beating top 6 teams. I know Ollie took a lot of points from, was it Liverpool and City, right?
We only
City.
made Liverpool drop 1 point. Yeah, we did the double over City though.
Yeah, exactly.
Just City, yeah.
That's like what 7 between the 2 teams.
Yeah, and no, we did the double over Chelsea too. I think.
Last point.
I believe
You
so.
did. No,
I believe so. I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did,
yeah, we did. I believe.
Alright, I'm gonna go on
And
to
we
my
beat
top 4.
Spurs. I believe. Yeah, we beat Spurs, and I think we lost the second time. Basil, did
No, it
correct
was a
me?
draw.
It was a draw. Never mind. Yeah.
Run. Okay, so who have you got relegated then, Graham?
I'll be honest, it's
Be
the
sensible.
exact same as y'all. West Ham is gonna get triple relegation. They're gonna be down to League 2.
Oh my lord.
So, but along with West Ham, I do have them in the relegation zone. Along with Fulham and West Brom, and after the first match day week, that's actually exactly how the table looks right now, and I just think it's gonna end that way as well.
Fair enough. It could be West Ham. They're a shambles at the moment.
100%, bro. I love it.
I love
They've been in shambles for a while, bro.
Yeah, it's sad because they've got a lot of investment, but I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to Safe.
Yes.
Safe. Tell us your top 4 Europa League and relegation predictions.
Okay. So, top 4. Actually, I'll start with the relegation first.
Okay.
Gonna
spicing
mix it up
things
a
up.
little bit, right?
Cool.
In 20th place, I have West Brom. Because I just don't know if they have enough to really stay up, honestly. Although their striker combination will be an interesting one to look out for. Robson Kanu and Charlie Austin. Yeah. At 19, I have Fulham, just because, I don't know, man, Fulham's funny to me. They spent all that money, then got relegated 2 seasons ago. Now they're back. I feel like they're going to get relegated again, which will be funny. And number 18, in 18th place, I was debating about this one. Could it be West Ham? But like you said, I think worst case scenario, they'll sack the manager and get someone in that'll just keep them up. Perhaps Big Sam, second round of Big Sam, I don't know. But I was debating Sheffield as well, but I think Sheffield are a bit too solid to be relegated. So I'm going...
Do you know, I don't know if you guys know this about Sheffield. You know who they got in defence? Ethan Ampadu from Chelsea.
Oh, is it a loan?
They got him on loan, and Ampadu done quite well at Leipzig last season, and they got Ramsdale to Aaron Ramsdale.
Oh, they did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they got him to replace
Dean Henderson. Right. Okay, I think they'll stay up then. In 18th, I have Brighton, because Brighton, they have some decent midfielders, and they have a nice left. Is it left back or right back? I think it's right back.
Or right back, Lamptey, right?
Lamptey, yeah.
Lamptey.
Yeah, he's
very good.
Okay, yeah, he's good. I like him. But overall, I don't think they added quite enough, because they got Lallana, but Lallana is very injury prone. In fact, he got injured in the first game against Chelsea. I just don't think they added quite enough to convince me that they're going to stay up, because they only barely stayed up last season. So that's why I have them at 18th. Now, for Europa League, we're talking 5 to possibly 7. So in 5th, I'm going to put United. I think United will just edge it.
Okay.
And as it stands, considering Arsenal have not signed Partey or Aouar, I'm going to have Arsenal as it stands at 7th and Everton right above them at 6th. Now, if Arsenal somehow sign Partey and Aouar, which I don't think is likely, they sign both. But if they do, then I'd probably think Arsenal 6th and Everton 7th. But I think this year is the year that Everton don't, because they always underachieve. But I think this year is the year that Everton don't underachieve under Don Carlo, and they finish 6th.
Yeah, to be honest, that's a deciding factor. Well, not a deciding factor, but it's a decisive factor. Carlo Ancelotti, he's still a great manager, man.
Especially for Everton's level, he's fantastic.
Yeah,
bro, they were overachieving when they got him.
For real.
I still don't know how they got him.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Listen, they got him, innit? They chucked the bag at him. They had nice Louis Vuitton full duffel bag of money, and
they've been tossing money around, man. Their signings this summer, that midfield is nice.
It is
very nice midfield. They already had a pretty good attack. Defense was decent. Good fullbacks though, and keepers. I'm not so sure about the keeper, but I think Everton finished 6th. Now for top 4, and this also depends. 3 and 4th depends for me, because Chelsea have like a bunch of new signings. But usually when you have they have potentially like six I think new faces in the starting 11, and when you have
Thiago Silva, Chilwell, Havertz. Well, no, that's 4.
Ziyech.
Yeah, about 4. Yeah, 5 or 6. Ziyech 5. Yeah, about 5 or 6.
About that much. When you usually have that many new faces, there's going to be some sort of adjustment period. and that's when he usually drops some points.
Yeah.
So if that happens for Chelsea, which it normally does for a team who brings in that many new players, then I could see them dropping points early on. But for Spurs, they have a compact schedule, especially early on. I believe Bustle was telling us, and so if they drop, they could drop points early as well, which could be a problem. But right now, considering Spurs have not made the signings, but they're close, so I'm gonna assume they at least get Reguilon, the left back. I'd have Chelsea at third and Spurs at fourth, but that's very easily interchangeable for me. I think Spurs will do well this season.
I think so too.
And at second, I have Liverpool, just because even though, I mean, we didn't have any signings, but we didn't lose anyone.
You're not going to back your team.
It's just like we lack creativity down the middle, except for Keita.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have one creative midfielder who has injury problems, that's a bit, uncertain. And teams just kind of figured it out a little bit, and our lack of creativity down the middle has caused, it's been problematic for us. And I just feel like replicating 90 points for the third straight season without a new signing for the starting 11 is just not something you can do. I don't know when Wijnaldum stays or goes. He might go, I think. If we get Thiago, that'd be good, but I still think City, especially if they get Koulibaly, if City get Koulibaly, they're for sure winning the league, I think.
Yeah, I heard that. Damn, I've actually thought you were going to go back to your team.
Nah, I just think we need to make that signing. But I would totally laugh if I ended up jinxing City and they didn't win the league now because I said this.
Did you say if?
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure you planned that.
I know that's in your heart. But yeah. And Ibi, let's get to you then. Who is your Champions League, Europa League, and relegation predictions?
Okay. I'm not too sure about relegation. I guess I'll start there like Safe did. I'm not too sure. Because I haven't watched those teams closely. When we played against Fulham, when Arsenal played against Fulham, I liked the way how they moved. But like you said, they don't have any firepower up top, which could be a problem. So I would say Fulham, West Ham as it is now, and then maybe Tottenham.
Okay.
No, sis. I'd say Fulham, West Ham, and honestly, I'm not too sure. I'd have to watch another game or two.
Right now, who do you think? Just based on, all the information that you have.
Based on,
who's that third person?
I would just go with how it is now: Fulham, West Ham, and maybe West Brom. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
All right, top four. Okay, so my top four is I feel very confident about City first, Liverpool second.
Yeah.
In third, I actually have Man United.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
And then fourth, after hearing you guys, I'm kind of thinking I don't know if Tottenham can do it, but they do have Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in the league. That's always a factor. And then Chelsea, kind of a wild card because they did decent last season, but then now they bought all these players, like you said, and it's are they going to gel, right? But even if they don't play them all right away, they bought some very, very good players. Like you said, first team players, that will make a difference. So fourth place, I guess, Mourinho's quite experienced. He knows how to win games and see them out. So I'd put Tottenham at fourth. Chelsea at fifth. I would say Arsenal at sixth. I'll say the current Arsenal, I'm gonna wager this, can definitely finish above Everton. Definitely. The current Arsenal.
Okay.
Now, can we place above Chelsea? If we get Aurora and maybe Partey, I'll say I would wager us finishing above Chelsea as well as Everton if we get those signings.
Yeah, those are big gifts, man. Those are very big gifts.
Yeah, those are big gifts. You're right.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
So you have Arsenal at 6 and then Everton closely behind.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for us to break into that top 4, so as things are.
Fair enough. I mean, just listening to you guys, so we've had, I mean, pretty much all of us have had City. All of us have had City as champions. We've pretty much had the same top 4s, I think, except for Rayan and Ibby saying United are going to be in there, and we've pretty much had similar relegations. I think we all said that Fulham and West Brom are going to be in there, and I think it was only me and Safe that said Brian are going to be in there with them, and the rest of you said West Ham. So yes, we're pretty kind of we're very similar in terms of our predictions. I just wanted to ask, like, do you guys think that Leicester's not going to do as well as they did last season? Are we sleeping on them a little bit?
Bro, the problem is that they're still a good team, right? But Vardy has his patches where he disappears, right?
Okay.
And there's no backup to him. Iheanacho, to me, he is below average. Like, he's that guy that nearly made it. One time he was a young prospect. I don't think he's proven me otherwise since he left City.
No,
they're still a decent team, but I don't like. I honestly, when you said top 6, they didn't even cross my mind. Now, if Everton hadn't made those signings, I probably would have put them in my top 6, top 7.
Yeah.
In place of Everton, but now you look at Everton, you look at how they're shaping up. I know they only played one game, but it was impressive. It was very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Leicester was pretty impressive in there. I mean, given it was West Brom, but 3-0, new signing Castagna scored. You have Pereira, you have Castagna, you have Madison, Tillemans, Vardy. They have a good squad. I think they could. I think them, Everton, Wolves, Arsenal will all be competing, I think, for the same positions in the league.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, do you guys think Wolves could sneak in there in the Europa League spots?
They could.
Nah, I don't think they have the squad depth for that.
That's what I was going to say. I'm not sure about the depth.
Their first team is good, but like depth wise, and plus like someone was saying that like this season is shorter in terms of time, and when it comes to like around
months.
this Christmas time, we're gonna have a lot of games as usual, but I think even more. I don't think Wolves are gonna make it with their current team.
They're still a very good team, though.
Yeah,
it's
still a good team.
I guess for like to play devil's advocate, Arsenal and Leicester will be in the Europa League, while Wolves and Everton don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
that's true. But I'll say we have some good kids, so we can put out some decent Europa League squads without using many first team.
I heard that as kits, as in like jerseys, so I was confused for a second.
Oh no, kids, as in young players. But yeah, no, I think we're all kind of similar in the way we're thinking about top 4 European relegation. So yeah, I mean, I think most people are going to think like that as well. But I think I was just thinking about the whole Leicester thing. I think people might have Leicester a bit higher, but we'll see. Anyway, I want to move on to the first match day. It's a bit of a weird one because United and City and a few other teams haven't played yet, but a few teams did. I wanted to just go through those fixtures really. Let's start off with the first game of the new season. Fulham and Arsenal, 3-0 winners. Willian 3 assists. Aubameyang with his customary goal. What did you guys think? Did you guys watch it?
I watched it.
That game was too early, dog.
So what'd you say, Ryan?
That game was too early for me to wake up to watch.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I fell asleep a couple times during the first half. It was so early for me. But so speaking of the new signings, right? Willian really, I think he's gonna make Pepe up his game, which is what needed. Pepe already showed signs of improvement, but Willian had a great first game. Gabriel, he played well, but like it was the first game, played against Fulham, not much up front to trouble him.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get too excited, but you can only that was the chance he was given. He took it and he played well.
Yeah.
And it seems like the team is buying into Arteta's methods, and that's what's most impressive. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like there's a plan. They know how they want to attack, how they want to win the ball back, how to defend better as a team. That's what's impressed me the most.
They know what they're doing. I was watching that game very closely, and everyone kind of knew what they were doing when they were going forward and when they were coming back. And I was very impressed with how comfortable we were defending. And obviously the new signing Gabriel got his goal as well, so I was happy for him.
Yeah.
Moving on. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
No, I just want to obviously just moving on. Obviously, Crystal Palace won against Southampton. Zaha opening his account. Did any of you guys watch that game?
Didn't watch it live. I was following it though. Expected a little bit more from Southampton, but I think these are both teams of similar quality. So a 1-goal game was probably expected.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting season for both of these teams. I think it'll be interesting if Zaha stays. It'll be interesting to see if Danny Ings can reproduce his form from last season.
Yeah.
Personally, I just want to see my boy Kyle Walker-Peters play well, but no, I think both of these teams will hang around mid-table to lower mid-table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that boy Ezzy was collecting bodies when he came on.
Yeah, did you guys see that clip?
That was mad.
So good, man.
I got him in fantasy. I got high hopes for this kid, man.
Send me that clip. I didn't see it,
bro. The way he just went right and then switched his body to go left. Oh, it was beautiful. No, but there's another thing that I want to mention about that game that was quite important, is that your boy Basil, Kyle Walker-Peters, was initially sent off by the referee, but then after consulting with VAR, that was rescinded and he was given a yellow instead. But it was so good to see the referees actually going to the monitors, looking for themselves, and then making a revised decisions. And it was so quick. It was so easy. And it just got me thinking, like, it seemed like common sense. Why couldn't you implement that last season? But anyways, I'm just glad that they're doing it now. I'm glad.
Yeah, we have high hopes for VAR this season now.
High hopes. Now, the next game, this was the best game of the weekend. Liverpool Leeds. What did you guys think?
Oh, such a good game to watch.
I think... Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just going to say one thing before Basil talks. Van Dijk is starting to show weakness.
One mistake. It's just one mistake, to be fair.
No. What I mean is, like, even like I think towards the end of last season, he's still a good player, but I'm saying that, like, the Liverpool defense doesn't seem as impenetrable as it did a year ago. Especially
True.
The way how they play in that high line, and teams are figuring out how to play against them. So it'll be interesting to see how they figure that out, because honestly, I don't necessarily rate. I mean, Alisson's good, but any of their backline in terms of defending, as well as you do Van Dijk. So that'll be interesting to.
Since you said that, I kind of wanted to mention a stat I told Saif the other day. I know he's gonna love this one, but no one has made more goal conceding errors in defense than Van Dijk. I believe he has 3 in 2020, more than anyone else.
Wait,
I
thought it was since the 2019 season.
Oh, it was since then? Never mind.
So.
Since then too. I thought it was 2020 overall, but okay.
More than Mustafi?
Yeah. More than David Luiz? Yeah, man.
I think we can all agree that's a misleading stat.
Oh, for sure. It's just a funny stat.
Funny to laugh at.
It's a funny stat.
Okay, so what I was gonna say was that I think Leeds showed us in this first game sort of what we thought that they would show. I think we all had high expectations of them to be a really solid team, and they have Bielsa ball. So I think that excuse me. I think there's a lot of positives to take from this first game.
Yeah, man.
From them,
I really like how they took the game to Liverpool, and they kept going kind of close to the end. It's unlucky that they didn't they deserved at least a point.
Yeah, and don't forget that this was at Anfield too. So not many teams have been able to go there and give Liverpool a proper game. So hats off to them. But I guess, like, going back to my prediction, like, if you look at the bench for this game, and who Liverpool were able to bring off the bench is really uninspiring. And, you know, if they do have an injury to, let's say, Mane or Salah or Firmino, and you look at their bench, then, yeah, it's going to be, I don't know, it's tough for me to see Liverpool getting, 80, 90 points with just the players they have right now.
I would say if they lost Salah or Mane, they would start to look like they're in trouble because, Mane can't shoulder that burden by himself, neither can Salah. But also the way how they work together and complement each other helps their output, So if they lose one of the two...
I think as much as we clown Firmino, if they lost Firmino, I think that'd be a big miss for Liverpool.
I don't know, man.
He kind of gels the attack together. Like, he's kind of that guy that Salah and Mane play off of. He kind of drops the while they run in behind. So I think so. I think.
Should I chime in?
What do you Safe, since you're the only Liverpool fan here? What do you make of your bench and your backup to the front?
Well, I would say it's a little bit weak. Like, it looks like Brewster is going to go out on loan. There are some teams interested in buying him, but as of now, from what the latest reports I read, Sheffield, I believe, are the closest to getting him. They're really trying hard to get him on loan. So that's one less attacker. He's a young guy. I wasn't expecting too much from him. But if you look at the options, it's like Origi out wide. Origi is clutch, but he only scores like the big goals. He doesn't score normal goals, The quality of play does drop off when he's subbed in for like Mane, for instance. And for Firmino, I would agree with Imran. That would be a huge loss for us. I've seen Minamino. He's being sort of molded to be like a replacement for him or kind of do similar things to him if need be. So that's good. I think that would be, we'll see a good season out of him. He'll be, I guess, important, you could say, to an extent. I think he'll have a better season this season. But the quality outside of that is just is too much of a drop-off, which does worry me.
What about... Okay, here's another question.
We can go on to transfers later. Saif, what did you think about the game in general, though? Liverpool,
oh, okay. Well,
encouraging.
To be honest, we saw Leeds play really well, and when they went for it, they attacked, and I really liked how they responded. Even though they conceded a penalty early on, they responded really well after that, and then got into the game after that. They didn't let it get to them and weigh them down, which we see with a lot of teams, especially newly promoted teams. But they, I think they just showed us what they're going to be like this season. They're really going to go for it and attack everyone. The problem with that, and I hope it doesn't happen, but we saw that last season with Norwich, and Norwich came out swinging. And once the season started, like Pookie was just out of control. And they were swinging, but then they started losing some games. They lost some games badly, and you just saw the drop. They weren't able to sustain it. Then they lost confidence, it looked like, and it was just messy. So I hope that doesn't happen to Leeds. They do need to tighten up in the back a little bit, but...
Yeah, but the thing is with that game is, they had one of their main centre-backs out injured, and Ben White, who was really good for them last season, he returned to Brighton, his home club. So, maybe if they have one of their main centre-backs back, maybe they'll tighten up a little bit.
Yeah, could be. But, I think they'll go for under Bielsa this season, so they should be a fun watch this year.
Yeah, they were really impressive going forward. What's it called? What's that? The wide player that scored,
Harrison. Yeah.
Oh, his goal is amazing.
He is an ex. I believe he is from City's academy.
Is that the guy with the man bun?
Yeah, well,
bro, it's man bun.
That's half the team.
Bro. Half their squad had a man bun.
It is, bro. I was getting confused. Didn't I just see you on the other side of the field?
Leeds, I'm happy that they're back in the Premier League. I'm happy that Bielsa's in charge. I think they're going to be a great outfit to watch. Moving on. West Ham Newcastle. Newcastle winning away 2-0. Did you guys see the game? What do you guys think?
I did not see the game, but I'm not surprised Newcastle won. I think they're actually a pretty solid squad. I'm not a huge fan of their manager. Yeah, I don't think anyone is, to be honest.
Steve Bruce.
But the squad is good. They have some really good players, especially like Saint-Maximin, Almiron, and up top, I think the addition of Callum Wilson was a really good addition for them.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that game. West Ham were flat. They were clueless. They didn't know. They didn't look inspiring at all. It was like, I mean, come on, man! It's the first game of the season. Be a bit excited. Just go for it a little bit, innit? It's a clean slate, fresh start. But no, they just looked dead. And Declan Rice, oh my god, there were many times within that game where Rice just looked fed up. I think his head has been turned by Chelsea. He just looked so annoyed at his players. Like, why are you so shit, man? Just like, be good. But yeah, so West Ham, if they don't fix up, they're going to be in trouble. Moving on. Basil, why don't you talk to us about Spurs and Everton?
Yeah, Spurs were pretty dreadful. It was a home game, but played behind closed doors. But yeah, especially the second half, it was really, really bad. But I don't know. That game really took me a long time to recover after that game. But no, one thing, the main positive I took from that is that I'm glad we did lose this game. If just looking back, just so the players now have the wake up call that they need. That if you want this season to go well, and you have Mourinho who wants to win a trophy, then you need to wake the fuck up and play your fucking heart out. Be
aggressive, be cunts, be aggressive, be bastards.
Exactly, be an intelligent cunt, like Mourinho says.
Hey, I watched the highlights of that game.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it was bad. I feel like Everton's... Sorry, I watched the second half of the game. Everton's midfield basically outclassed Tottenham's, right? And when you look at their attackers, right, Richarlison, he could have scored about 3 goals. When he was 1-on-1 and just cutting inside, he had a couple shots that went wide. Yeah. But it did not look good, man. That defense, they need to fix that defense ASAP. Or they can, kiss top 4, top 6 goodbye.
Yeah, I think Mourinho's main criticism was the inconsistent pressing from our attacking players. But yeah, I think it's some of the players returning from international duty and didn't really have a good preseason, and he blamed that a little bit. And some players having coronavirus, but no, I think that none of that is an excuse. I think the players should have played with more athleticism, with more desire on the field, and so I think Mourinho would have definitely given them a proper chewing in the dressing room. So
yeah. And it's only been one game. Who are you playing next? Because it's only been one game, so it's not like I don't want to judge too harsh.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say that the showing was really, really bad.
No, 100% I agree.
If most of you are getting Tottenham close to your top 4, they have to do a lot better than that.
Of course, but
yeah.
So they did have Ndombele and the Sosa not starting.
Did you mean Ndombele?
Yeah.
Too.
Ndombele, bro. Like Zidane, bro.
Unless I see something good from him, I will refuse to say that. But just a word on Everton. I really like their new look midfield. Alain Doucouré and Andre Gomez. They were quite fluid. I mean, we were chatting during the game. A few of us were watching the game together, and I was just impressed about how Alain did really well holding. But if he did go out wide, then either one of Doucouré or Andre Gomez would cover him in the middle. And Andre Gomez and Doucouré would sometimes switch sides, so one would be on the right, and then he'd be on the left, and then the other would be on the right. So it's quite interesting. And Hammer's done really well. I really thought he played well. And then my boy Calvert-Lewin, who I've got my fantasy team, he scored as well, got me some points. So yeah, Everton under Carlo, I think they're going places.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it again because I'm still shocked. I don't know how Everton got him, but congrats to them.
I mean, you know what? They got money, they chucked the bag.
I guess
they're new owners, man, flexing that cash.
Yeah.
They
looked very organized. I really like that part. Super organized.
They did look quite. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Moving on, West Brom Leicester. Leicester with a very comprehensive 3-0 victory away at the Hawthorns. West Brom looked good. Looked alright here and there, but I think going forward, they had some like Callum Robinson and Dean Garner and I forgot the other guy's name. I think Pereira as well. Up front, but they didn't create much. I don't know why they went 3 at the back, considering all of last season they played 4 at the back. I don't know what Slaven Bilic was doing then. But yeah, I don't know. Leicester were just quite comfortable, to be honest. Did you guys watch the highlights or watch the game?
I saw some of the highlights. Didn't seem like Leicester were too troubled. On a side note, their jersey's kind of nice, though.
Yeah, the wages.
It's quite nice. I think this season's going to be an interesting season for Brendan Rodgers. Because, he can't continue that form that they had once the restart happened. Because that was just atrocious. So this will be a telling season for Brendan Rodgers, I think.
Bad. Okay, at the point of the restart, weren't they 3rd or were they 4th?
I think 3rd.
I think they dropped off to 5th. That's quite unimpressive, I'll be honest. I don't know why they flopped so hard.
Mm-hmm. And I think at Christmas they were 2nd, so...
Brendan. The Monday fixtures are going to be...
I just want to say one quick thing, and I think we mentioned it before, but it will be interesting to see where Leicester finish because, like we mentioned, I don't think any of us had Leicester in our top 6, did we?
No.
None of us did.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they could be top 6, but at the moment, it's really tough to...
It is tough to tell, yeah.
Moving quickly, just want to quickly run through the Monday fixtures. Wolves won 2-0 away to Sheffield United. I didn't watch that game, but I heard Wolves scored 2 quick goals, and then Sheffield came back into it. Did any of you guys give a watch?
Raul Jimenez's goal was nice. Yeah, it was on like a half volley kind of. He had to turn sideways and hit it. It was nice. It was good.
Nice. And Brighton versus Chelsea. I watched that game live. I think the scoreline flatters Chelsea. Brighton played some very good attacking football. They were a bit sloppy in their passing and a bit lackadaisical in their defending. But they should have scored. They had like 2 free headers, one from Maupay, one from Dunk. Don't know how they missed them, but they did. Havertz with it. Oh my god! I mean, he will come good. I'm pretty sure of it. But he dropped a 1 out of 10 performance. He was.
Yeah, it was a bad debut.
You mean James Charles?
He was bad. Werner looked alright. He looked
lively.
What did you guys think? What did you guys think about that game?
Yeah, I thought the scoreline is a bit unfair to Brighton because they did play pretty well, but Chelsea were a little bit off. I liked Werner's debut. I think Werner, he was lively. He looked good. I think, like you said, Havertz, 1 out of 10 performance from him. Overall, Jorginho was alright. Kante was, Kante.
Kante, yeah, I like Kante that game.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was what it is. What it is. They're missing Pulisic and Ziyech as well, I think. Ziyech, sorry. So those 2 in will help them a lot.
Did you guys see that one clip of Havertz's pass?
Yeah,
doing the rounds on social media.
I missed it straight away.
I haven't seen it. Was it that bad?
To our listeners, I messaged straight away in the group chat saying that pass from Havertz is going to be memed, and then Ryan, I think you sent me the meme like 10 minutes later. They're like,
the internet is too quick, man. They're too quick.
The internet is way too.
Oh hey, can I ask this to our audience? Yeah, I do have a question for anyone listening. Let us know. Either DM us or comment below, wherever. Just let us know. Do you think Kai Havertz looks like or at least somewhat resembles James Charles?
He does. I promise you he does.
Why?
He really does.
Why?
Because we...
Did you not see the video I posted? Bro.
I don't want to see
the resemblance is there.
Okay, so Rand showed me and then he sent it to the group. A clip of James Charles on TikTok dancing and actually shaking his butt as well. And then the caption was from a tweet, and the caption was Kai Havertz this first half or something along those lines, like first half highlights.
And no, he was trash. He was trash that whole game.
So let us know.
Oh, that makes me
Why
so
did
happy.
Chelsea spend that much money on James Charles?
Same.
Let us know.
I don't know, man. 100 million James Charles.
Conversation.
Ryan, did you say same?
Wait, what?
What?
Rayon, did you spend money on James Charles?
Nah, he's James Charles, 100%.
We're going way off topic now. I don't want our listeners to think that's what we're into. Oh, good.
Speak for yourself, Imran.
Listen, I'm just trying to move the conversation swiftly forward. Yes, so I want to move on to our fantasy teams. Now, to our listeners, we all, in our group chat, we participated in a fantasy draft. Not the other fantasy Premier League, the actual fantasy draft. Now, the difference with this is only one person gets one player. No two people can have the same player. So if, for instance, Saif took Salah, then nobody else would be able to get him. And we all went in turns to pick a player until we had 11 players and about 4 subs. So yeah, I just want to... Let's start off. Let's go in the reverse order. Ibi. Actually, wait, Ibi, were you?
Ibi's not part of it.
Nah, I don't do fantasy, bro.
So you're just a
lame.
My fantasy is also first level.
Oh, that's definitely a fantasy.
Okay, let's not get him started. As an Arsenal fan, even I get tired of Ibi. Even I get tired. All right, let's go safe. Go on safe. Tell us your team. Just give us a quick rundown of
one
why
of
you
my
picked
fantasies. It's a girl. She's goth, and it's like.
Oh my god!
Oh, he's got the god level.
Wait, you're asking about my fantasy?
Goodness.
Oh,
yeah, talk about Firmino,
team.
right?
Okay.
Oh, you weren't talking about Firmino? Oh, that's not
Goff. Firmino was a Goff defensive midfielder.
Defensive striker.
Defensive
Defensive striker.
Defensive.
This is even better because I actually did draft Firmino. I think he dropped like the 7th round or something.
Horrible choice, to be honest. But
No, I mean,
I love how we just let everyone left Firmino.
just for
7
Saif to
rounds.
draft him.
No one picked.
I had to take him eventually. But no, I think my fantasy team's all right. I missed out on Joe Gomez
All right.
because Imran drafted him right before I got him.
Yes.
No, you know what? I was going after Joe Gomez too. Imran's a prick.
He signed it right before we could. But I was able to pick up Callum Wilson, so that's good. I got a striker. I actually surprisingly drafted Sterling first with my first pick.
It's shocking. It's
And
genuinely
then
shocking.
near the end of the second round, no one picked up Son, so I was like, all right, it's free real estate. So I picked up Son, and then eventually Saint-Maximin flew under the radar, so I picked him up as well. So I like my midfield. And hopefully I can pick up someone else if a new midfielder comes in. In the back, I got Digne. He's going to give me loads of assists this season. I need...
Ooh, didn't he get assisted?
Yes, he did, in fact.
Didn't he assist?
He got me 12
That's a very
points
good pick. Very
this
good
weekend.
pick.
And in defense, I got Wan-Bissaka. United should keep a good amount of clean sheets, I think. And Basel, I'm going to need Spurs to keep a lot of clean sheets this season. I got Alderweireld and Lloris in the back.
That's decent. That sounds decent. Oh, a word on fantasy before we move on. I don't know why, but they made all the wingers forwards. So Aubameyang is a midfielder.
That's
Rashford
dumb,
is a
man.
midfielder. So not
Man,
only
that's
do they
cheating,
get points
bro.
for
That's
goals,
dumb.
that is pure shithousery. Not only do they get points for goals, they get clean sheet bonus as well.
That's delicious, honestly.
So that's a nonsense. Yeah. It seems. So are you hopeful about your team then? Say, you think you're going to get some points? Where do you think you're going to get the most points? Who do you think is going to get you the most
Well,
points?
to be honest, I know I can count on Digne. If Spurs can keep a lot of clean sheets, because Mourinho's teams should be good defensively, so I'm hoping for a lot of clean sheets from those guys. I know Son's going to get me points.
Yeah.
Saint-Maximin and Sterling. So I really like that midfield.
Fair enough. The midfield is key. Let's move on to you, Rayon. Talk us through your fantasy team. Team, not girls. Team.
I just was going to start off by saying fuck you, Imran. Every single guy I had my mind on, you picked him right before. Every single time, man.
Oh, bring on the salt, baby. I'm gonna season my food with this.
It was frustrating. I will get you back for Pogba. Just know that.
Oh, damn, Imran, you got Pogba. I respect.
No, he's a prick for that. He's a prick. But for my
best
first
midfielder
pick,
in the world,
facts.
who's been consistently good for years.
The first pick that I had was Martial. Actually, I was planning on going for Sterling or De Bruyne if I got first, obviously.
You chose Martial over De Bruyne and Sterling.
I was 11th.
This is why you don't deserve.
I couldn't.
This is why you don't deserve Pogba.
No. I'm saying I would have picked De Bruyne or Sterling before. Since I was 11th, I'm like, cool. There's not too many big names of him, but I'm gonna go with Martial because I trust in him to score. He had a great season last year, and I think he can replicate that and do better this season. And I actually maxed out all my United players very quickly. In the first 3 rounds, I picked Martial, Rashford, and Van de Beek. So I'm trusting these boys to pull up, give me some points, because United are very good going forward. Rashford and Martial, I think last season, fantasy-wise, they picked up a lot of points.
Yeah, I think so.
And right now, I have Eze, who I took a chance on, and Robson Kanu up top, along with Wood from Burnley, who scored a decent amount last season, so hopefully he can replicate that. And I have Lo Celso in midfield, who I didn't really want to draft him, to be honest. No offense, Basil.
Yeah.
And y'all know about James Charles? I got him on waivers, so you can be salty all you want. I hope he has a decent season.
Hey man, if he keeps playing like he did on Monday, you can keep him, bro.
To be honest, if he flops, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. No issues at all. But in my defense, I actually got Hegazi from West Brom, Laporte from City, Reece James, who scored a banger against Brighton, and Castagna, who also scored actually.
Oh, so you bust case with your defenders this week, you know?
Yeah, and I got Nick Pope as my goalkeeper, who didn't play this game week, but he is going to be my starting keeper.
I like that defense.
He should be England's starting keeper as well. Yeah.
We got some ballers in this team, man. I think I can win it this year. I'll be happy with my Rationaldo jersey, customized. Let's say Rationaldo. It's gonna be great.
Who do you think is gonna give you the most points, or where do you think your most points are gonna come from?
My most points are probably gonna come from Havertz, Rashford, Martial. To be honest, like those 3 guys right there.
Fair enough. Let's move on to you, Basil. Talk us through your team.
All right. I think I was like the 3rd or 4th pick in the draft, and I went for Harry Kane first. My last pick was Kepa as my backup keeper. Yeah. My defense is Doherty, Bolly, Walker-Peters, Pereira, and Diop.
That's solid. That's solid.
Yeah. I'm hoping...
Is that Leicester's Pereira?
What's that?
Is that Leicester's Pereira? The right back?
Yeah.
Exactly.
He could get you some points, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping he recovers from his injury soon. In midfield, I have Madison, Jota from Wolves, Sigurdsson, Milivojevic, and Ndombele. So I'm hoping, since I lost the first game and I have like second priority on waivers, if this Bale deal goes through before the weekend, then I'm gonna try to get Bale. But my forwards are, like I said, Harry Kane. I have Mitrovic from Fulham and Joe Linton from Newcastle. So I don't know how much Joe Linton's actually gonna end up playing, but he's like probably one of their record signings. So,
what are your hopes with Mitrovic? I kind of want to ask, since I don't think most of us have too much hope in Fulham's front line.
Yeah, so I was a little surprised that he didn't play. I guess he did play, but he didn't start on Saturday. And then I'm also surprised that I think it was in the playoff final that he didn't start either. He came on as a substitute then as well. So I don't know what the deal is there or what Scott Parker is thinking there. I don't know if it's like a fitness issue. I'd have to like look into that. But definitely surprising because he's definitely a Premier League proven striker. You know, he 2 seasons ago he banged in a decent amount of goals. So we'll see.
He's a big guy as well, man. He's a top guy. Mm-hmm. Who do you think is gonna, or what positions do you think are gonna get you the most points?
I have high hopes for Harry Kane. I think Doherty will be one of the best defenders this season, and just because of how much he gets forward and how much assists he'll probably end up getting this season.
Yeah.
And hopefully Ederson can pull off some nice clean sheets for me. So, yeah, probably those 3.
Nice. Cool. I'll just move on to my team quickly. I got Dean Henderson in goal. The new Man United keeper, so hopefully Man United keep a lot of clean sheets and he gets me some points. I've got Aston Villa's new boy, Emi Martinez. It hurts me to say that, but yeah, I've got him as backup. Now I'm really glad I got Alexander-Arnold. I hope he gets a bag of assists like he did last season. I've got Joe Gomez, thank you, safe. I've got Matip as well. Saliba. I don't know why I chanced on Saliba when I was honestly debating between Saliba and Gabriel, and I chose Saliba, so shame on me. But Saliba will come good. And I got Wolves left back Vinagre. I think he's gonna play a lot of games this season because Johnny's out injured with a knee injury, so I hope he plays a lot instead of my midfield. I've got a bunch of left footers. I've got Ozil, who I kind of thought is going to have a big season, as is probably going to be his last season at Arsenal. I've got Paul Pogba.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Thank you, Rayan. I've got Phil Foden. I've got Pablo Hernandez from Leeds. And I've got Nicolas Pepe. I'm hoping my midfield does bits for me. I'm hoping so. And up front, I'm actually happy with my strikers. And I'm surprised nobody went for them. I got Calvert-Lewin. And I got Patrick Bamford from Leeds. I'm surprised nobody got him. And on the bench I got Shane Long, but yeah, he's going to remain on the bench for the whole season. But yeah, that's my team. I think I got a decent team. Hopefully Alexander-Arnold, Pogba, and probably Bamford and Calvert-Lewin can do bits for me this season. And hopefully I win, because I don't want to lose. Definitely don't want to lose, because whoever loses in our league, or whoever comes last, what did they have to eat?
They're going to eat either a Carolina Reaper or a Ghost Pepper. We'll choose.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just so our listeners know, our fantasy league is about 12 of us. So there's 8 other teams on here that you probably didn't hear from. So that's, if you missed a player or asking, oh, why didn't they pick up, X player or Y player? They probably went to one of the other 8 teams.
Could you imagine our listeners thinking while they were listening to us, like, why didn't they pick up Salah? Like, why didn't they pick up?
There's no Salah, there's no De Bruyne. What's going on?
What's going on? But yeah, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to us. And we hope you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a like. All that good stuff. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Insta. This episode will be out on Apple, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube as well. And yeah, hope you have a good week ahead, and we'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Talk to y'all later.